Hi Steve, talking tonight after I think like a typical cup tie. I mean, it was cliche cup tie, had absolutely everything.
Yeah, no, I did, and to be honest with you, I've got to give our opposition a huge amount of credit. You know, very good team. You know, it's obviously we played them at the start of the season, and you know, I think they had the better of it in the first half, and then we got ourselves back into it, and they scored a goal in the last minute. But there weren't an awful lot in it, but they've improved in all aspects, and they look a proper team. I thought the two in midfield were excellent, and yeah, we stayed with them, and we did amazingly well in the first 35-40 minutes. Unfortunately, second half we've made hard work of it, but yeah, at the end of the day, cup ties, we're through, you know, and we've had you know, it has gone to penalties, which made it exciting. But yeah, it was. I'd like to think it was an entertaining spectacle, although it's not great on the heart with us being 2-0 up and then having to get back on and ending it up on penalties.
Yeah, I think you call it entertaining if you're on the right side of it. If you're not, then I don't know if it is entertaining. But yeah, no, I get what you mean. I mean, we got off to a fantastic start. 2 clinical finishes from Brandon.
Brilliant, and like, you know, sort of for me, you know, the lad, you know, we've had more conversations, I think, than I've had with my wife recently, and like he's just sort of like, he's a great lad, he's a great finisher, and I think that the more opportunities that he gets to shoot on goal is the better. I'm not saying that he can't make assists, I'm not saying that he can't set up goals, but you know, that those 2 finishes were excellent, as were his penalties. And yeah, he deserved that, because you know, the 2 of them up there, they worked their socks off. You know, I mean, obviously, you know, a mention in regards to Matt. You know, he's had, you know, a tough few years in regards to, you know, he's had a fantastic time when he was first with us. You know, we've got the belief in him. We've still got the belief in him. He's an incredible footballer. You know, and like, you know, didn't have the greatest of times, and he's come back, and like, you know, the goals haven't been as flowing as they were, but you mark my words, the 2 of them, if we can get them firing, you know, that'll be a real bonus for us at the end of the season.
But I think like Matt's work rate doesn't go unnoticed from the sidelines. I mean, you know, his work rate and effort made Brandon's goals tonight. Yeah,
no, definitely. You know, and like that you cannot take that, you know, sort of away from him. You know, they're both good, honest lads. You know, sort of decision making is the making of a player, really. You know, regardless of what level you're looking at. But you know, sort of the way they went about that first 35 minutes was really impressive. And we've won the game, so I don't think I'll mention the second 35 minutes in the second half, the 35 minutes. So yeah, we'll take the victory and we'll move on.
Yeah, you might not mention it, but I am going to a little bit. I'm afraid. I think a couple of us said in the bar at half time, 2-0 is a dangerous scoreline. You know, we get the 3rd goal, then, you know, maybe it's, you know, game over or whatever. But yeah, if the opposition get the next goal, then 2-1, their towels are up, and I think we saw that tonight. Yeah,
I mean, with all due respect, it's a bloody good team that we're playing against.
Yeah.
You know, so let's give them the credit that they fully deserved. You know, I mean, like, there is a slope here, as we well know. You know, there is an advantage, I believe, when we're going down that slope. But they just produced, you know, a really good display that we couldn't live with for long periods of time. You know, they scored 3 goals, you know, regardless of whether we thought it was a penalty or whatever. And we were hanging in there a little bit. But, you know, we kept going. You know, and I did say it to it before. You know, the result that I found that really has been like a little bit of a turning point for us has been the Needham game away, where, you know, after 86, 87 minutes we were 2-0 down, and we've got ourselves, you know, a draw out of that, and like, I think that just showed itself, the intent to work harder has been in the last 2 games, and that was against an excellent team.
Yeah, and I think in the first half the pressing across the pitch was fantastic.
Yeah.
It didn't give them any time to settle at all.
No, and you know, as I say, you don't want me to mention it, and I'm probably going to have to. You know, that was probably the opposite when we went into the second half. I mean, like sort of that. You know, it isn't a complaint. You know, we've won the game. We're in the final. All brilliant, no problems. But you know, for us to get to Russell's level, to get to Banbury's level, to get Colville's level, we've got to perform a 90-minute for 90 minutes for the duration. You know, it is awkward when you've got lads, you know, sort of suspended. You've got lads that are injured. You know, probably the lads that are probably your engine. You know, you've got Issa that's been out for God knows how long. You've got Spiros that, you know, unfortunately keeps getting himself suspended and things like that. So, you know, they're lads that have probably got that, you know, sort of work ethic. You know, Ed is obviously another one that's involved and everything like that. So, you know, no disrespect to the lads. Devontae's just come in and he's just getting used to the lads and the pace. So, you know, it was one of them that we, you know, I just thought that Russell were a very good team centrally, and we matched them for periods, but not enough, and that's probably one of the things that we've got to address.
Nice one. Cheers, Steve.
You're welcome. Thank you. Cheers.